Hello everyone, my name is Promise and welcome to MCI Online. For this class, we'll be talking about why you need to learn product design. Right, in the last class, we gave an introduction to what product design is all about, right, and what it basically means, right, to be a product designer. And for this class, we want to talk about why, like what's the reason, why do you need to learn product design? We'll also be talking about some myths, some lies and some misconceptions about product design. So we are basically going to debunk every single thing and tell the truth here. Right? Okay. So number one, why should you learn product design? Number one, it can serve as a source of income for you. Right? So as you said in the last class, product design is actually one of the most sought after skills in the world. Companies, organizations, businesses are actually looking for product designers that can help them create digital products in terms of websites, apps and softwares. Right? As we said in the last class also, everything is basically going digital in this world. You want to buy a shoe, you can order online. So businesses, startups, organizations, companies are looking for people that have these particular skills that can help them design their digital products, whether it be a website, an app or a software. Right? So it can be a very good source of income once you know how to do product design and you have the skill and you know how to do it well basically. So companies are actually looking for people that can do this. Of course, they pay well. We are dealing with companies here, right? So it can serve as a source of income for you. That's one. And number two, let's say you want to go into machine learning or product management, or you want to go into front end or back end. It can serve as a foundation for you to be able to transition into those areas of tech, right? So it basically helps you to understand more about how the internet works, how all these tech things basically relate to each other, whether you're going to machine learning or artificial intelligence or data science or front end or whatever it may be. Product design basically gives you that foundation you need to be able to go into tech, to know how the tech world basically works. Now, number three, it can actually help you as a business owner, or let's say you're having a particular skill or service that you offer. Learning what product design is actually can help you to bring your services or your products or your business. It can help you bring your business online, right? So learning about what product design is helps you understand how the internet works, how everything relates with each other, and how you can actually probably, let's say, create your own website, or let's say do your own app, right? To basically bring your services or your products in front of the world. Of course, you don't know where your next customer might be. Your next customer might probably be on the internet right now looking for you, right? And then having a website, having a software, having a digital product or an app basically helps your customer to see you. Of course, then the money keeps rolling in, right? The profit keeps rolling in. So it can actually help you as a business owner, or let's say you offer a service, right, or a product, or you sell a product online, right? It basically helps you to be able to expand your customer base, by knowing how these things work and by understanding how you can use it to your own advantage too. All right, so those are the three reasons why you need to learn tech. And so let's go into the myths and the let's go into the lies. Let me use it that way. The myths, the lies, and the misconceptions. All right, number one. Most people say that it is graphic design. No, it is not graphic design. I know probably that might surprise you, because of course when you think about design, you think graphic design, right? But product design is actually different from graphic design, in the sense that graphic design, now let's define it. Graphic design is basically it's a kind of design that helps you understand a particular information. So let's say I have an event coming up in 3 days, right, and I need to convey that information to people. A graphic designer can help me design a flyer to be able to help people understand that okay, there will be an event coming up at this particular location in 3 days time, at this particular time, right? So, and that's what graphic design is. So graphic design basically helps us to understand information better, helps people understand to pass out the information better, and helps people understand in a more conceivable way, right? But product design, what we deal with digital products, we deal with apps, we deal with websites, we deal with softwares, and everything basically digital. We deal with the internet, we design the internet. That's just basically what it is, right? So of course, one thing we also do is that we try to convey information in a way that people can understand, right? But the main goal, why we do what product design is all about, is that it helps people solve problems by using digital products. Right, so you are trying to solve the problem of communication. For example, you are using WhatsApp, right? Or you are trying to solve the problem of, let's say, this watching, let's say, entertainment or education, or what else we call it basically, or awareness. Now you're watching this video on YouTube, right? So that's basically how our product design works. So we try to solve problems using digital, by designing like digital products in this sense, right? So the two doesn't match basically, right? So some people, the graphic designers do the flyers, the logos, the posters. The product designers work on apps, websites, softwares, basically everything digital on the internet. So I believe you understand the difference between the two now. All right, so let's go to the next myth. It says like it requires coding. No, product design doesn't require coding. You don't need to know coding to be able to go into product design, right? So yeah, I know some people that might be very, very refreshing to hear, right? You don't need to go into coding too. You don't need to have any coding experience to go to be a product designer. Having coding experience is good. It can also be an advantage, but you don't need it to basically start product design. You don't need it at all. Right, so you don't need to be, in fact, you don't even need to be a graphic designer before you go into product design. Yeah, you don't need to be a graphic designer. So if you want to start learning product design, you don't be scared that you don't know how to code, or you don't know how, or you're not a graphic designer. No, you don't need to basically worry yourself about that. So while you're learning, you basically learn everything you need to know about product design, and then once you are skilled, you can start working and earning your money basically. Right? And then the third one basically says that only people that know maths can do it. No, everything you need to know to basically do product design is an understanding of your computer. Like, if you know how to operate a computer, and if you understand how the internet works, you're basically good to go. Right? So you don't need like an extreme higher education or a PhD or a master's. All right, not even a first degree to be able to do product design. Right? So, but of course, having this basic education actually helps. All right, it helps a lot. But you don't need to basically like start product. So once you understand how the computer works, once you understand how softwares, how the internet basically works, you're good to go with product design. And then the fourth misconception is that it's very complex, it's very hard. I won't say it's hard, right? And the fifth one, to just merge it together, the fifth one is that it's very easy. Some people think it's easy, some people think it's very hard. Now, I'm not going to give a yes or no answer to these cases, but here's the thing about product design. Product design has something called processes, have stages, right? We have a process of doing product design. We don't just jump into it and just design a product in any way we like, right? So just as, think of it like you want to cook a food, or let's say you want to cook a soup, right? There has to be a process you have to follow to be able to cook that soup. You don't just bring all the ingredients, pour it inside a pot, and then say that the soup is done. No, it doesn't work that way, right? So, and that's how product design also works too. So following these stages basically helps you design a good product or be a very good product designer. So I won't say it's easy, I won't say it's also complex, but all I will say is that you need to follow the processes, and once you can follow the processes, you are good to go. All right, so what do you need to have to do product design? All you need to have is probably like a computer, right? You need to have a computer, and you need to have internet access. Of course, you are designing for the internet, so you need to have internet access to be able to understand how all these things will work, right? And basically anyone, as I said earlier, once you can understand your computer, once you understand how the computer works, once you, of course, know a basic like education like English and so like that, right? You can basically go into product design. You don't need an extreme level of education to be able to go into product design, right? Of course, especially if you are like a business owner, or you work in a business, or you have a company, or basically you have anything to do with businesses, right? You can, having a product design skill, knowing about product design basically elevates your business, right? Especially when you are trying to like go online. You basically, that knowledge itself alone basically helps you to be able to like bring your business into a whole new dimension itself, having the knowledge, right? Of course, and by bringing it to a new dimension, of course, it brings in the profits into it also, right? So whether you are in secondary school or you're an undergraduate, or you just basically understand how the computer works, right? Probably you have been playing with your laptop all this while and you don't know what to do with it, and you can basically start earning money with product design. Can you see how cool that is? So, or if you want to learn a tech skill, you are trying to go into like tech and you don't know where to start from, product design is the first place for you to be, right? Product design is the foundation you need to be able to like go into tech itself. Right? So that's it about product design. We've talked about the needs, we've talked about who actually need this and why you need it, right? So I believe by now, okay, you should be thinking about, okay, how can I like get started? Right? Probably on the link in the description, we can give you instruction on how you can basically get started on product design. So that's it for this video. See you in the next class. Take care.